I told you earlier, family sometimes can be glorified strangers.
Yeah.
That's my belief. It don't come from hurt. It just comes from experience. It's just we know each other from history. It's not that we like it give you a pass to do X, Y, and Z. It give you a pass to treat me some type of way.
Right.
It's just we glorify strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And in our adulthood, we have to continue to prove ourselves that I'm not a stranger because I can't call you cousin and then let you go with your toxicity. Okay, back to what I was saying.
This is the Family Dynamics Podcast with Kevin and Alicia Meeks.
It's 2025. Welcome to another episode of the Family Dynamics. The Family Dynamics have been on a hiatus for a little while, but we pushing through and we are champion this year in 2025. And what's amazing about 2025 is that my first episode in the studio, I got my son, my oldest son, my firstborn, Cameron William Xavier Mazes in the studio, and we're gonna have some conversations. Some gonna be favorable, some not. So we're gonna see what my son got to talk about. We're starting off this year with just trying to do as much content as we can. So I'll just introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Cameron. Y'all seen me before back in the basement. Now we back in we actually in a whole new setting. I've been gone for a while, but I'm trying to be consistent. So I got some things to get off my chest today, and hopefully gonna rock through it.
What do you think about your 2024? Like what you think you accomplished some of the things that you had in store for yourself, or?
Man, 2024 has definitely been a year of growth and learning. Do I feel like I accomplished what I wanted to? No, but I definitely accomplished like learning myself more. And that's like it wasn't like, but the thing is, it wasn't like it was willingly. It was like more by force. So a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish was put on hold because I had to figure out who I was as a person first, what I did, what I didn't like, a lot of reflection. So I think like 2025 would be my year to just focus on myself and just accomplish the goals I really wanted to do.
You 25 now.
Yeah.
How does it feel like making it like you 25 and 25?
25 and 25, truth be told, a lot of people don't make it to 25.
They don't.
A lot of people don't make it 25, and that's really getting common now. Like, it's 2025. I lost a lot of friends, people I knew before they even hit 21, 23, 24. And it's like, I got to be doing something right in that aspect just to be still here. Man, it's a blessing. This is my first year. I did something big for my birthday. I went to Vegas for my birthday.
How you like that?
Man, it was definitely different because, growing up, it was more like you get a cake, ice cream, go chill out somewhere.
Right.
I never really celebrated my birthday because there was always some habit going on before my birthday. It was always something crazy going on, or I ain't had a fun.
Yeah, but you've been the king of downtown hostel stays.
King of downtown hostel, yeah. I ain't doing that no more. No, that's I leave that for the younger folk. I ain't doing that no more. I got my own career. I ain't finna keep spending money on hotels. That wasn't
okay.
That was for the time at that point.
What you looking forward to this year?
Man, let me just unleash the bag on myself. Like, I got so many things I want to accomplish, so many things I want to try for myself. Like, getting out of my comfort zone, I want to, like, really see what I'm capable of as far as, now I consider myself like being a content creator. Like, my therapist told me, like, if you want to do it, just call yourself that. Like, you don't want to say you want to be one, just say you want. But you got to do the work after that. So I did 3 videos so far. Got good traction on TikTok, so I'm gonna keep on going with that.
So what do you think you want to share, like, as far as like on social media? You just want to
like I want to share my story because I feel like my story is very different from everybody else. I mean, everybody always got their different story, but how I came up, how I was brought up, what I've been through. Looking at me, you couldn't even tell I've been through certain things, but like, it's pretty interesting. Like, my hardships, what I overcame, my record, all. I think I got a real nice story to tell. It can help somebody else because it's like the amount of setbacks I had, and I still made it to a certain point in life. I think that can help somebody else out.
Like, what's something that you think that you kind of like overcame that you feel like can help somebody else?
Man, I don't even know where to start. Like, how deep you want to get?
I mean, I mean, let's go. I mean, because you want to help somebody, right? So
Yeah.
you should have like something that you could pinpoint that I think this part of something that I have been through and I mastered and I got over, and I can help somebody with that.
All right. You know I wasn't supposed to be here. You as yourself know I wasn't supposed to be here. You had me at 14. You and my mama DL had me at 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 25 now. That usually don't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I am around, it's just like,
Yeah.
My parents almost 60, 70 years old. I tell people my people was 30, high 30s.
Yeah.
They don't believe that. So it's like coming from that, like I grew up with y'all.
Yeah.
Like it was like brother and sister thing. Like y'all didn't have the tools at that point of time to raise a child. Look back at myself at 14, I couldn't raise nobody. I couldn't even imagine starting to raise anybody. So starting from that point, I didn't finish college, got a shoe business.
Yeah, that's dope.
Manager, stuff like that. I ain't supposed to be here doing that. Like you don't see that happening. But it's like I'm doing it. And then it's like it's a lot of things like it's finna get real.
Okay, let's go.
It's finna get real. Like what I've been through. I was born 1999, you was 14 years old. You was 13, 14 years old. I was born. From that point, it was all the confusion from who my dad was, from who raised me to who did more. Man, that stuff put a toll on kids. I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
Yeah. No,
that's a whole toll in there. I couldn't be, and then I grew up mad all the time. I grew up just resentful for everybody. I never knew why. Because it's like, you got to understand the toll free between house to house. And then I was raised realistically from my grandparents. Mm-hmm. Not a slight from you, but I was raised from my grandparents.
No, I totally understand.
So like, I give all the praise and glory to them because you guys didn't have it at that time. Not just like to y'all, but again, y'all was 14, 15 years old. So seeing my grandparents have the dynamic of having a 2-parent household and having aunties around me that got to experience what it is to be in a conjoined home, and then me just being a part of that, not being able to have that, that creates a lot of resentment. Like, why I can't have that? Was I not good enough for that? Do I not deserve that? What did I do to not deserve this? Like, what did I do not to get this part of the...
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But now everybody be like, oh, you get 2 Christmases. Man, I don't want that. I want to be unified. I ain't never want that.
Right.
I can go without, at this house, you can have this. At this house, you can have that. No, man, unify me because I get more that way. So then again, man, just all in a nutshell, man, the past 4 to 5 years been something I don't want to wish on nobody. From, it's finna get real, man. I'm trying. From the past 4 to 5 years, starting from when I was 17, man, I got word that I don't know who I am as a person, like fully. I know half of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you had to suffer that too. You learned that, how old was you, 27?
28.
28, that your dad, not your real dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't know who you are fully. I don't know who I am fully, and it just keep on, you know what I'm saying? That ain't something nobody else should ever go through. That's hard to overcome. But for me, at a age, I don't know where I got it from. I don't know where it came from, but it was like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna keep going. So, okay, boom, I get that. 2 years down the line, boom, you have heart problems. Oh, I'm gonna keep going, never stop, keep going, never reflect on anything. Boom, mom get cancer. No, I'm sorry, now I get cancer. Boom, I get charged with a felony. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever knew. Boom, I get hit with a misdemeanor charge. 2 charges in 1 year. Nobody ever knew. Mm-hmm. Boom, mom get cancer. But I'm keep going. I'm still going, never reflecting. Boom, I get robbed. Held at gunpoint, look death straight in the face. Still going. Never reflect on anything. Everybody asks me, that's cool. It's cool, it's good. You know what I'm saying? It is. I'm here, I'm still here. Everything I did, like I ain't never just stopped and just reflected on, oh, this could have happened. Boom. Then again, you get hit with another heart problem. I never sat down and reflected, never stopped. Never sat down like, man, how do you really feel about this? Just kept going.
Right.
Just like, you just can't, like, I can't even imagine, I don't even wish it on my worst enemy. I just kept going. And it's like, at what point do you just sit back and stop? It had to stop. 2024, around about June, my own house was disrupted for something I did. Now I was forced to deal with everything at that point. Everything. Not just that relationship. Everything before that point came crashing in. So you got to understand, like, everything from 2017 to now at one time, just honing in on you. I don't wish that on nobody. Looking at me right now, you'll never know half the stuff I've been through. You would never like, oh, he graduated. I still graduated college. I still pledged. I still run a successful business. I'm a manager in Amazon. I still do these things, but it took a lot for me to get. Realistically, I had a lot of setbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I still got stripes on my record to this day.
Mm.
That's not even a flex, but I got stripes on my record, and I gotta live with that. Luckily, it went from a felony to a misdemeanor. Luckily. But you just say I sat down somewhere for a couple of days.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing I really want to wish on nobody.
I can see how those things you name could be traumatic for a young person to have to go through. So in helping people or helping someone like you, like how do you feel? Like do you feel like because now things are uncovered and you kind of dealing with it, and you said you was in therapy, like do you think that now you able to help, like how are you able to help the next person? Because see, this is my thing, like everybody got their own crosses. They got their own thing. Like if you look at normal people, like you don't know what people are going through.
Right.
Like you never know. Like looking at you, I wouldn't know that this was some of the stuff that you was holding in or some of the stuff that you wasn't dealing with. But nevertheless, everybody got their own thing.
Right.
That they dealing with. So I know you want to help people, and I know you want to help people through your content, through stuff that you've been through. And now you're uncovering a lot of stuff that you probably held, like being a young boy with teenage parents, having to navigate that and wanting something that you probably would never ever get.
Right.
I like one thing that I look at now, like say in that situation, do you think it was bad for you, or do you think that, man, I had an opportunity to, because now your grandparents are still married right now.
Right.
So in some light, you did get to see a 2-parent household. Might not have been your parents, but you're able to see that dynamic of family. Like they stayed together, they dealt whatever they dealt with, and you was able to see that. Probably not in your own circle, but that's your grandparents.
No, I think it's unique because that may be who I am today.
Right.
So I don't regret it, but it was definitely hard. It take a certain type of person to overcome them things, especially starting from home. So I was like, oh, I wish I did at that time.
Yeah.
But it was like, this happened to you. This is for you for a reason. God gave me this type of structure for a reason, because only a certain type of person can handle that.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was supposed to happen for you too. Like, Kevin, you need somebody almost of your age.
Yeah.
Or close to your age to talk to at this point in time, 2025.
Yeah.
So I think it was something that was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for a reason. I'm looking for that reason. But if you would have asked me, would you go back and change anything? Nah.
Right.
Because I'd probably be a whole different person.
So how did you view your childhood growing up? Like with me and your mom being such young parents, like how did you view it then versus what you see now?
I viewed it, I didn't understand it.
Right.
Because mind you, I didn't have that knowledge at that point.
Right.
I didn't understand what the feud was about. I didn't want to get into what the feud was about. As a kid, I was only worried about, are y'all getting back together? Are y'all gonna make this work?
Right.
Are y'all gonna try to do things and make this like the hallmark of what parenting is? Mm-hmm. It was never that. So then asked me at 25, man, it wasn't gonna work. But y'all made parenting work. It wasn't perfect, but y'all made the parenting work. Because realistically, I give you guys a hand because you produced me. I could have been dead or in jail right now.
Right.
So you guys did what you had to do as parents. A lot of sacrifices, and I didn't see these sacrifices till I was 23, 24, 25. But understand, I couldn't articulate exactly what I was feeling at that time. I couldn't tell you, or I didn't have enough pride in myself to tell you, hey man, you was right. I didn't have the ability to be, or the humility to be like, I was wrong. Or, hey, I know you told me this, but I did it anyway and it didn't work out.
Right.
So me being more comfortable with myself, I'm proud of myself, even today, just being able to talk about it.
Right.
So no, my viewpoint of my childhood was, it was meant to happen. It was given to me for a reason.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not the only person going through this.
Right.
But I could be the only person really speaking about it too.
Mhm.
So it just depends on which way I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna try to take it to help somebody else, because it's a lot of 2-parent households that's the dynamic is extremely better,
Right.
and it's a dynamic that is
Yeah.
crazy out of this world. So I feel in the part where like, man, I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I'm definitely blessed. Like
Yeah.
I gotta take it for what it is. I'm blessed. I could have been in a situation I didn't want to be in today. But the support is there. Support is on both sides is there. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't take all the support because I was trying to figure it out on my own. But I can tell anybody right now, man, if you got parents that's willing and ready to help you, if you got a father, you a man, you got a father that's willing and ready to help you, I say go for it. Because I missed out on so much time fighting you because I didn't understand who you were.
Right.
I didn't understand what you wanted. And that's one thing I had to come to you today. I never understood what you wanted from me. I never understood like how to make you smile, or I never understood like what gets you going, because truth be told, man, you was an angry person coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and uncover it for you. You was an angry person. You wasn't the most approachable person. You wasn't the most. Hey, let me have a conversation with you.
Right.
People to this day don't even want to speak to you because they only, you know what I'm saying, they don't know what they're gonna get.
Right.
But it take again, certain type of person, hey man, I'm gonna talk to him because I can handle what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't want to talk to you because they can't handle what you about to say.
Yeah.
I was at that point too, like, man, I just want you to hear me. I ain't want all that. But then again, when I had to turn the dynamic of whatever you finna tell me, it's gonna work, it's gonna help me. He ain't intended to hurt me.
Right.
So I'm sorry, at a point, it's like when we was growing up, I was 9 and you was 25, like you weren't the most best person to talk to. Again, I couldn't be mad at you because you still learning who you was at that time too.
Yeah, so I can agree with that. Like, and it take me now, 39 now, I'll be 40 this year.
Yes, sir.
Like, no, I didn't have the emotional intelligence that I have today, and that took a lot of work. So I have a lot of regrets when it comes to parenting, your younger brother. Like I have a lot of regrets in that. But at the same time, like I didn't have the tools, not an excuse. And that's why I was telling you earlier, like it's important for the gaps or the things that we don't have as parents or as a person is to go seek those things out. Like I'm grateful today that you're here. But growing up, the stigma in 1999 wasn't like, oh, this was a joyous occasion. Like there wasn't programs for teen parents at that time, or we wasn't aware of them at that time. Like we wasn't looked at in school. That's why your mom went to an alternative school because she was dealing with so much ridicule. I was dealing with so much ridicule. Like you gotta know like the embarrassment to feel like you was at my high school graduation. Like that don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like being isolated and, I'm just talking about my point of view, being isolated because you got a kid from other people because they thinking that you are like, you're going to infect their kids or you're going to influence their kid to do something bad or to have premarital sex when that wasn't the case. Me and your mom got together and we had a child, and to some people like mistake or whatever, that's what we produced. So no, I wasn't happy because even my family dynamic was crazy. I grew up with a single parent home, with just a mother. My father, he was off somewhere, and newfound information later on. But I didn't. We grew up like barely making it. So bare necessities was scarce. So I'm internally grateful now that I'm able to take care of myself. But then regular stuff like food, clothes, being able to, like a lot of stuff was scarce. As we was getting evicted, there was a lot of stuff going on. So protecting oneself, that's what I thought of. Protecting yourself from others. So no, I didn't have the best father model at that time. I'm 15 years older than you. And yeah, I know you probably dealt with a lot from teen parents, but we did the best we could, and we still here. One thing I hang my hat on is I never left you as a parent.
No, you never leave me as a parent.
Just as a teen father, doing my best to be there for you, even not having the know-all or the tools to what do I do with this kid? And I'm gonna tell you, I've never been super disappointed in you, even when you're going through things like going to jail or getting a felony record. Like, I know things will happen. How do we move from this point and do better? That's my plight. I don't want to be apart from you in your growing phase.
Right.
You ain't got to put on for me. So if you ever felt like, man, how can I make me happy? Man, making me happy is just being you and us staying connected in relationship. I'm here to walk through life with you and your brother. Like I'm here to walk through life. I'm not a fair weather dad. Whether you're doing good or you're doing bad, I'm here with you.
Right. And you don't get that from a lot of parents. So I experienced that, like, when they doing good, they doing good. When they do the bad, they on their own.
Yeah, no.
Like, you on your own. Like, me, I already had that mentality, like, this is all up on you anyway, because I never wanted to ask for help. I never wanted to be that person that's dependent on anybody. I was me since a kid. I was working cutting grass at 9 years old, trying to make $5-10 to go shoot hoops at the rec. That never was a thing. So it was, I took a time. Like last year, 2024, I took a time to myself where I just disconnected myself from everybody. And it was because what I was going through at home with myself, because I never, ever felt this way. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I was indestructible. Like, couldn't nothing faze me, couldn't nothing get to my heart. Like, you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? You'll be at a point like you'll never feel like you hurt or you down bad. And that quickly came like, you got feelings too. I never dealt with myself and my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Never. So it was like, when that happened, my only choice was to just be by myself. So you saying you're not a fair weather dad? Yeah, I believe that. And I'm going to explore that, because I don't want to just come to you when it's just, I'm in my highs. But it's like, it's so hard to come to your parent when you at your lows. Like, it's like, almost like it ain't even like I told you so. It's more like, where do we go from now? Because I just want to keep showing you that I'm doing better.
Right. But see, I told you though, like, I didn't have what I'm giving you. I didn't have, so I had no choice. I didn't have an option to like go to somebody and reach out to somebody to say, man, this is what I'm dealing with. I actually didn't take your advice. I actually did the thing that I'm going through again, but I still need your help again. I didn't have that option. It don't take nothing away from my dad or my mom. Just that the generation of where they came from is just certain things like you just suppress. So I'm okay with, man, Dad, I messed up again. I didn't even take your advice. I'm cool with that. I'm, like I said, I'm not a fair weather dad. Like, and I think sometimes when you repeat things, it teaches you about yourself. It shows you the grit in yourself. So like, I'm not hell bent on like, man, I wish my father was in my life. I wish like it wasn't, but I'm here today. I'm a married man. I got 3 kids and all of them are doing well. So some things are there to shape you and be there with you. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. If you look at like the ocean, right? Everything in the ocean has its ecosystem. You got whales, you got fish, crabs, everything in it. And everything is designed to work a way to where, like, if you had just fish by themselves, they become docile. It needs another fish or a bigger fish or opposing fish chasing them to keep that grit inside of them, to keep want to stay on their toes. So me having a child at a young age, not conventional, but it keeps me on my toes. It helped me to try to make better decisions because I got somebody that need me. You don't need me in jail. You don't need me dead. So I need to make better choices. So the things that you went through or you going through as a young man, I don't want you to look at them like, man, I made mistakes. Those things help shape you to make better choices and to keep that fire inside of you. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you resilient. It keep you to keep going.
Right.
If everything was perfect, if you had a 2-parent household where it was just your household, your life might have went different, because you see some of them people who had everything. They rich kids, and they chasing thug life. They longer for something that they don't have to be a part of.
You see that every day.
You see what I'm saying?
You see it every day. Like, I ain't never gonna tell I'm from the city, I'm from the hood. Or I had never had nothing. I had stuff that was different. So it's not I never had nothing. I had something that was different.
Right.
It wasn't the most easiest, wasn't the most conventional, but I had something that was different. I don't even hang out in the city to this day. If I'm going to snap in, snap out. I don't want no parts of that. So like, I appreciate everything that I've been through so far, because it only made me who I am today. But my problem was from like, as soon as I hit my 20s, was accepting what it is and what it ain't. Like, what's meant to happen, it's going to happen. I got to accept that. My whole thing was not accepting, I can control my narrative. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. I can't control my narrative, but it sparked from me and my confidence, right? So what do I mean by that? Every obstacle I've been through, I always found a way to overcome it, to get out of it. But when you get hit with a situation, and you gotta bear in the face of that, like you gotta really deal with that. Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like it's either gonna break you, or it's like you gotta handle that. Like you gotta handle that. It's not
face it.
You gotta face that. Like it's not going nowhere. It's like a video game. You can't go past this level unless you deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those. Like you can't go past. Like you're not even yourself no more till you can't go live until you go figure this out. You can't go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like one of them trap things. Like you can't do it unless you figure this out with yourself.
Yeah.
So like when I went through that, and I'm just fighting through, it's been nights. It's been some nights where I couldn't sleep, eat, I lost weight. But it's just off of, I say it's for the good, because I had to go through that to really figure out. I can articulate to you now better than I ever could last year, even before that, because I tell you how I feel, and now I got to stand on how I feel. I can't let anybody sway how I feel.
Right.
This is exactly how I feel. This is exactly what I want. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So I appreciate the journey I just went through. I appreciate the pain. I appreciate the hurt. I appreciate all the hardship that went through it, because it made me who I am today. I won't make the same mistakes again. I'll take my accountability for everything I did. Every last thing I did. I was wrong. I tell you I'm wrong. If I'm right, I don't care to be right. That's the one thing. I don't care to be right. You know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
If we having a conversation, you and me, my mission is not to be right. I want you to understand where I'm coming from and how I'm feeling. Me being right don't matter. When me and you lead this conversation, me being right don't affect what we go outside and deal with. Well, what fuels me is making sure you heard me. Mm-hmm. If I feel like you understand what I'm saying, my mission is done. I'm right. Mm-hmm. I don't ever want to feel like I'm in a battle where what you say, what I say, no, you's right, no, you wrong. As long as you understand what I'm saying, I'm cool. I'm happy as could be. Accountability and just being what I heard is one thing I fought with hand in hand all last year. So I remember I asked you a question like, hey, why do I feel unfulfilled? Mm-hmm. What you say?
Well, I texted back to you, and I told you that either it's because you're letting something or someone choose for you, or you're fighting against yourself for what you know you should be doing, and you're choosing someone else's path rather than your own.
Right. So when you say that, you've been in a situation where somebody chose for you, right?
Absolutely.
How'd that make you feel?
Oh, horrible. In the situation, you don't think that you're choosing someone else's. You think that you're making that person or that thing happen. Right. But hindsight 2020, when you look back on it, I'm like, man, I chose someone else's will over mine. So I was always frustrated.
Right.
So that's why I don't feel fulfilled, because I'm letting someone else choose this thing for me, this emotion for me, this time for me. So I'm like, that's why you frustrated, because you letting this person choose for you. i.e., you got a girlfriend. If I got a girlfriend and I'm letting her tell me what we should be doing against what I believe I should be doing for myself, now I'm frustrated that I let her choose for me, and either it did or didn't work out, but it worked out for them.
Mm.
So now I'm frustrated.
Could you articulate that frustration at that time?
No, that's why I told you, like, I've been in counseling for the past 2 years, and I think it's dope. Like, I love going to therapy because I'm able to get some things out. I'm able to share my thought. I'm able to iron out some of the wrinkles of indoctrination that I've had over the years and see things clear. Like, two things can be true at the same time.
Two things could definitely be true at the same time because your perspective is somebody else's.
Yeah. So you can say, oh man, that was hard for me. And then someone else will say, well, I see how that was hard for you, but look at what I'm dealing with. Both can be true at the same time.
Right.
How I was dealing with it or how it affected me was rough. But you can't diminish the fact that because yours was rougher, that yours is bigger than mine. Two things can be true at the same time. Your heart was hard, my heart was hard.
Right. You never want to compare nobody else because I hear stories.
Comparison is the thief of joy for real.
Right.
That's why when I go in the gym or when I see other guys riding Rollses and Benzes and this and that, I don't envy them. I see it's possible, but I don't envy you because I don't want to derail myself based off vanity or based off I see what they doing, I see what they got. I used to think the same thing you thought. Like, man, these people, they got a dad in their house, they got their mama. Like, what's up with me? Like, why my mama don't got nobody? We ain't got this. But the truth is, I'm glad for where it was, because now I'm able to create my own family dynamic.
How you want it to be.
How I want it to be.
Right.
Because that wasn't my choice. That was my mom and my dad's choice to not be together. Right. Now I can choose that when I get married, we 100, we into the thick of it. And I'm gonna remember that when I'm making choices to step out or to succumb to temptation. I'm like, no, you know what that do, you don't like that. So don't do that to your kids.
Right. That's real. So what you think about men suffering in silence?
I think a lot of us suffer in silence.
Why do we suffer in silence?
I think sometimes that we don't seek out the help that we need, or we think that no one will understand us. But that's not true. I'm in therapy now, and the therapist that I got, he understands most everything I'm going through.
Right.
And then it's not about being immersed in the things that I've went through. It's about him having a 10,000-foot view and seeing the gaps. Like, I can say what you went through as a kid was hard for you. But then I can also say it may have been good for you. Look at you. You're 25, got your own business. You're a manager at X, Y, and Z. You're not dead and not in jail. So I get to tell you, see the opposite portion of what you're saying you went through. Doesn't diminish that it was hard for you in your life or what you went through. But I got a 10,000-foot view. I can look at my therapist and I could tell my therapist, man, my wife pissed me off and this and that. And he can look at it objectively and say, I can see how you felt that way, but that emotion came from unresolved trauma. You're triggered by something that she had no knowledge of. So if someone tells you, oh man, Cameron, you sensitive, and then you blow up about it, that means something in your past, in your mind, triggered you to feel that way. Not that what that person said wasn't the trigger, is it brought you to a place where it made you emotional about that.
All right.
So now you embellished and you blew up about something on somebody else that they had nothing to do with. Like, people were like, man, he called me a punk, because maybe in your life, a lot of people called you that and you was never able to resolve that, or you wasn't able to defend yourself.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a woman. If you never cheated on a woman, but as soon as you put your phone face down, now she upset. Well, you wasn't the one that cheated on her.
All right.
And it just looked like something that it's not. So you associated what I did with something in your past that you hadn't dealt with. And I'm just telling you scenarios because that's what my therapists do for me. Give me a 10,000 foot view. Like I told you, I've never been able to come to my father about issues that I had because he didn't have the tools to give me to push me forward in those areas. Being a parent, being married, I can't come to him in them situations because he don't, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have that information in his generation. He wasn't given that from his father.
Right.
So now I can't be mad at him. I told my father I apologized to him because I'm mad at him for something he was empty on. I ain't got that. It's like being mad at me, like, Dad, why you ain't have my college tuition paid for? Well, I didn't have it for myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm telling my dad, like, man, why you ain't helping me with my marriage? Why you ain't helping me this? Why you that? He didn't have it either.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make it right, but it's just fact. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I like what you say about unresolved answers. So that's true. When you got past trauma that you've never dealt with, that things in your past you didn't even know that you had problems with. I'm a strong believer, man. Every man must search their own soul. And if you don't, you're gonna demise everybody around you. Meaning, man, if I can't give you me, if I don't know me myself, I can't give you that. I can't give you the best of me if I don't even know what I'm going through. I can't give you the answers you want. I'm not sure of my own self. So I'm a strong believer. Every man must search their own soul. And that's the most toughest thing I had to learn, man. I had to search deep down in myself to figure out what I do, what I don't like, how I like, what I like to see, how I like to act, what I like to feel when I wake up. And that's a challenge to this day. Today, I still wake up like, man, I ain't feeling this today. But I do things in the midst of it to make me feel where I want to be at that day. Until I get to that point where it's like, oh yeah, this is where I'm at. That take work. People just don't understand that. Oh, they just wake up like that. No, that take work. People ask me all the time, man, how you, from an outside looking in, I get this a lot. They ask me, man, how you do what you're doing? Not knowing what everything I went through in the past had pushed me to be this way. Like, how do you, like, I got people, I'm on Instagram heavy right now. Oh, how did you do the car thing? How did you get an apartment? How you do this? And it's like, man, let me tell you, you ain't got no clue. How did I accomplish this? Like how many hoops I had to go through. But when it came to me as a person, if I didn't lock in with myself and just start doing what I needed to do, it's a lot of micro steps that took to that. And the biggest thing I accomplished last year is who I am as a person. I wasn't moving around for nobody else no more. I wasn't trying to make this happen for somebody else anymore. I was trying to make it happen for me. My thing was I was stuck in an asylum. I'm trying to make happen to make sure I'm doing it what I'm doing for somebody else. Mm-hmm. I can't do that no more. I can't make myself the person that makes happen for somebody else. If I don't have me, they don't have me either. Mm. So that's the thing that I had to understand myself, man. I got to sit down and figure out what it is in me that's making me feel this way. So it's like I almost micromanage myself now. Why did that make you feel that way?
Yeah.
Why you had that thought?
Yeah.
Because somebody needs my help right now. Somebody can listen to me right now. He's getting it. Because in where I come from, this generation, ain't nobody speaking. Ain't nobody taking the time to go to therapy. Ain't nobody want to be in tune with their feelings. Nobody, are you sensitive? Or they want to be in tune with themselves for social media.
Right.
They want to get an image like, oh, I'm better than this person because I'm doing this in my daily. That's not true. I just came across people like, that's not really what you're doing. That's not really where you at in life. But hey, that's not on me. But it's like, I feel like my message of what I'm doing, I can help somebody either speak or start feeling who they is as a person. Start trying to do that healing process because everybody got trauma. Everybody got problems. It depends on how they deal with them. So I'm not saying my problems is never to some other person, my problems could be minute. My problems could be, man, that's a walk in the park. I can get this and do X, Y, Z. To somebody else, they may not be able to overcome it. It just depends. But what my mission is, my message and what my mission is, to the people that don't want to speak, the people that don't know where to go. They see me as a 25-year-old and I got X, Y, Z that was against me. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so adamant, like, let me record, because I feel like I got a message. I feel like I got a gift. I've been through this stuff for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So if my first step was locking in who I was as a person, what I do and don't like, how do I feel? Let me take a sideline. Let me understand what it is I'm going through. Because I did the running like, oh, if we're going to push that off, I'm a tough guy. I don't have emotions. Oh, that don't faze me. I lied. Everything fazed me. Everything. Depend on how, now you never know it, depend on how I take it, depend on how I react, but everything fazed me. I notice everything. What they say, I peep everything. I notice everything. Changes, mood swing, I notice everything. Depend on how I go about it is what you need to be worried about. So when it come to that, growing up, I was called sensitive. No, I call it I was aware. I wasn't sensitive. I was aware of what was going on. I had that point of gift to I was able to show my emotion. As I grew up, man, you got to stop being sensitive. Man, that's the worst thing somebody could ever tell me. I'm not going to stop myself from who I am, how I feel. That led me to who I am today. Now, I'm sensitive because I'm in tune with who I am.
Yeah.
So you want to stop me? So then when I took the advice of you stopping me, it led down a road of destruction that I got to pick up later. Now, whoever say don't feel how you feel or suppress your feelings, man, you a fool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I tell you right now, don't listen to him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Don't listen. I'm in therapy. I'll tell you about I'm in therapy. Best decision I ever made in my life. Why? Because somebody understands what I'm going through and I can tell them without consequence. Now, truth be told, now you know for a fact, some parents will set their kids up. And when I mean set their kids up, you can tell me anything.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can tell me anything. Can I really tell you everything?
Exactly.
Can I? What if it's about you? What if it's about what I don't like?
Right.
What if it's how you made me feel?
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's how dare I?
Yeah.
Really? Now it's how dare I? Now I can't come to you. So where do we end up going?
Yeah.
We go to our friends who have the same amount of knowledge, if not less than what we have.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to go to our friends that have the same amount of knowledge or less, or never been to the situation you're going through. That was my situation. I'm going to people. I'm going to family, friends that had never been through what I'm looking at is foreign to them.
Yeah. So it's parallel. It's
never going to work.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take, I used to use this all the time. I'm trying to ask for keys to a door that you never had.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm asking for something. I'm trying to make it fit this lock that you never experienced before. I've never looked at this door before. I'm taking your keys and putting it in this lock, hoping it'll work.
Yeah.
It's never going to work. So all this stuff, I'm so proud of myself today to even speak on it because when I used to, man, maybe you'll break me down inside like, man, you ain't ready for this.
Yeah.
And just last month, I wasn't ready to speak to myself. I talked to myself in the mirror. I'm not ready to speak for this.
Yeah.
But it's me being able to heal myself, me being able to be aware of myself, I'm able to speak on it. And I can help somebody.
But see, my advice is even like I'm proud of you that you are getting therapy. My advice is now that you are self-aware of some of your triggers, some of the things that you went through and trying to iron out, maybe some inconsistencies or some things that you didn't understand about you, is now we got to start to backfill some of the gaps. And when I say backfill, meaning like now you got to get more information to continue, because it's not just enough to be self-aware. You got to be self-aware now. You got to start putting in information to make you better for tomorrow.
Right.
So if your aim is to help other people, the best help you can give to somebody else is live a productive, fruitful life. Now, just because someone come to you or come to me for help don't mean that I have everything I need for every area of my life.
Nah.
Some people are looking at you or looking at me for one area and they feel like I got it all together in every area.
Mm-hmm.
So just because I'm pretty decent in parenting or I'm pretty decent in marriage don't mean that I'm financially strong or emotionally strong. Like I think that's what we get with social media has like a hold on us because they think that, oh man, this person flying and doing and buying, that they think that all their relationships and the things that they have, like they set in every area, and that's a false. But my advice to you is because you feeling that gumption to be a help and to be a steward of some things you went through, is to get any more information to be able to not only help yourself, but to be able to help others. That's reading books. That's seeking out information that can better you and to better help others. And that means like you're going to have to be intentional about your intake, your learning, and you're
Right,
going to
right.
have to be vigilant about what comes to you too.
Right.
And that's things and people.
Right. So like right now, as I'm doing this, I'm going back in time and figuring out the answers for myself. Like I asked you earlier.
Sure.
It's a question that been burning in my mind. Like, man,
Yeah.
why is this?
Yeah.
So I can have that information. Like, why is this? Before we get started, let me know this. Because it's on the front of my mind. Like, do you feel X, Y, Z about this? Why is this? Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Because I had these answers. Because I got to go back. And I got to fill in those gaps, you know what I'm saying, before I can even, I can't make a smooth road if the back of it is bumpy. That ain't going to make no sense. So I got to make sure when I'm doing this, like you said, intentional. I'm being very intentional. I ask everybody around me. My mama get it. My grandma get it. Use the final piece of the puzzle. Hey, man, tell me this. So I can go ahead and just be at peace with it, one, because I can't keep living like this, man.
But this is what I would say to you. You can run into some. Now you have to trust that the person that's giving you this information, that
Right.
question, that they want, that they self-aware themselves.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm saying. I'm going to paint this picture. Where you are in your life and thought process, some of your superiors or people that's over you that you're looking for answers from, still, even at their older age, might not be at the spot where they self-aware enough, or they in tune with themselves, or done the work to even give you truth.
Right.
Some people are still stuck in hiding answers or hiding themselves from themselves. They can't even give you the truth. So I want you to be very careful. You can be reassured that if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you the honest to God truth. But there are some people out there that are still hiding from themselves. So you're asking them questions that they never asked themselves, and they don't even want to know they dang on self.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to ask somebody that you trust, like, hey man, why was you so distant? Well, they may have been sexually assaulted and nobody knows it. They're not going to tell you why I was distant because they haven't dealt with that trauma yet.
Right.
So you asking somebody something that you trust and you love to give you honest to God truth of why they treated you away. They haven't dealt with their own issues yet.
Right.
So you got to be careful of getting false information from even people that you adorn as grandparents, mothers. Like you got to be careful too.
Definitely got. Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, for sure.
Because there are questions I won't even ask my dad or my mom because I know you won't be honest with me because you ain't even dealt with.
But you can always get the perspective. You can always get.
Yeah, I'm getting the perspective of things that you hid based on the time in which you were born.
Right.
Because there's a generation, there's a silent generation, a Generation X, where it's do as I say, not as I do. That's how they grew up. Or it's this whole thing of we keep everything in the family, we don't say nothing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So there are issues that even in the family dynamic, generations before me, they won't talk about because they're not supposed to talk about them. They're supposed to keep. So me and you, millennial and Gen Z, trying to come ask them questions that they was sworn to secrecy for, even at their old age.
Right. But you got to understand, like, the longer, say we hold on to these secrets that are never supposed to come out. Again, we just went through one years back, sworn to secrecy secret. Nobody understands like how that can affect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So now I'll ask a question based upon to see where you at with it, to see if I made you feel a type of way, to see if you're gonna give me the answer. Because I'm already searching for myself. I'm just trying to see if you're gonna give me exactly what it is that I'm asking for, or something close to, so I cannot be like on a wild goose chase of what am I looking for. Only thing I'm looking for at this age is at right now, not even at this age, at right now, is to put together who Cameron is, put together who exactly what I come from, what I'm made from, what do I like? Because there's a lot of things that don't make sense.
Right.
And I mean, like, when it don't make sense, like, why does this bother me?
Right.
Why when I see certain things, why me and you look the same? Why we, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like that, like your genes, my genes, like it's stuff that health-wise we need to look out for.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Like we can't even get that. Like we at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So I came here guns blazing. Why is this?
Yeah.
I need to know these things because I'm trying to be who I am as a person.
Sure.
Because again, I can't give nobody myself. I can't give myself 100 if I don't exactly know what's going on. So with that being said, like, Yeah, you 100% true. I can't. People don't even want to. Yeah, you was right. When I don't want to say too much, but yeah, you right when
Sure.
it comes to what do you feel? Who you ask? Why? Because you'll never get the right answer.
No.
You may even get a situation where they tell you a whole wild goose chase.
Exactly.
And I've been through that before.
Because that's the story that they made up in their own mind.
Right.
And that's the story that they said to themselves, this is what I'm going to tell. This feels good to tell. It's not the truth. It's just the story that I'm going to tell.
Right.
That makes me feel comfortable telling it. And then most of the time, most people tell a story where they're the victim and not the villain. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They never tell the story of the truth of where they was the villain. So that's why I'm careful when I'm going back. So back to your point, when it comes to issues like when it comes to health and me not knowing the true essence, now because I won't get the truth, I have to be intentional and vigilant about my health and trying to getting my annuals, getting my annual checkups. If I feel something, let me go get it checked out because I can't get the truth from this person and that person.
All right.
Man, people have made up stories in their mind to say, and they gonna run with this for 30 years.
Yeah. Till they can't no more.
Until exposed.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
So I'm super careful about going backwards in time and trying to, because if they wanted to be honest, they would have been honest in the beginning. So
Right.
I'm not gonna come randomly in the middle of a month or middle of a year and say, hey, why did you do this? And why did you treat me like this? Or why did you project this on me? They're not gonna tell me the truth. Because if so, they'd have came to me. They'd have came to you, Cameron, like, Cameron, I really treated you bad. I really gave you a bad hand in your life. I really was projecting my hurt upon you. They would have done that already.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But they made up a story in case you came. They're gonna say, well, your daddy and your this one and your that one and your this one. It's always pointing that way. It's never saying, you know what? I was a part of that too.
Man, they make it harder. So right now, I'm just super glad I speak on everything I did. I came here and told you what I did. I speak on everything. Why? Because it holds too much on my heart. Like, I ain't nobody's victim. I've been through what I've been through, but I'll speak on what I did at that point too. So like, you was right when you said, they ain't gonna tell you the full story and make themselves a victim.
No. Why? Then that would diminish how
They character
and how you view them now. They trustworthiness.
So then when I find out, then what? And I asked you before and then I find out otherwise. Now,
It's already broken now. So
Exactly.
they did the damage anyway. You withheld information, which I feel like withholding information is a derivative of lying.
Right.
If you will withhold information, it's just like lying to me because you chose what I should know.
Right.
Rather me choosing how I'm gonna deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So once you find out information without them being forthcoming, it feels the same as if they would have, like, if they didn't come, they should have came clean about it.
All right.
Like that's just how I feel. So I'm careful and I look at the actual person to say, do I trust that this person is going to give me true information? You can trust. Ask me any question on the God's green earth, and I'm going to give you the honest to God truth. I gave you truth when I didn't even think that it would land correctly. I told you how I felt about me having a child at a young age. I hadn't had no choice. I couldn't care about how you felt about it. I had to give you truth.
All right.
Because it's the truth, because you're going to find out sooner or later.
Yeah, but some people, they'll be like, oh, you didn't want to have me. That can come out wrong.
It can, but the truth is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want to go to jail, but you did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So when you sitting in the interview and they like, you got to write down, have you been, it's embarrassing. But you gotta write it there.
You ever been in jail? You ever had a felony
Felony,
misdemeanor?
exactly.
And I gotta check the box. Yes.
So you mean to tell me to be able to provide for yourself and get some income?
Yeah.
Why not be you want to be honest there, but I can't be honest with my son and say how I felt about how he came about and the choices I made with this person.
Right.
That don't make no sense. If I'm an honest person, I'm an honest person. Filling out an application or sitting across from my son saying he asking me a question of how you feel or how I feel, and I'm not trying to pity pat or trying to filter information to him.
Yeah, that was a problem I had. I always was worried about the reaction of what I was saying. I always held my tongue back from a lot of stuff, especially that came from how I came up, like, how dare you say that? What made you say that? How could you ever talk to me like that? That's where I'm like, man, I'm going to just filter what I say, or I'm going to just be a little nicer what I said. But man, my delivery is my delivery. Because I didn't spend too much time trying to please everybody else. I make sure their feelings are intact. I lost who I was as a person. I wasn't able to feel my own self. So I made myself, it's like, I feel exactly how I'm giving it off to you. That's a lie. Or the other way around, I could tell you I don't like that just as calm as I am.
Mm-hmm.
I could really be furious. That don't mean I'll feel less than how you felt about it. Or you could be somebody, let's put two of me together. He livid about the same thing I am. So with that being like, oh, he crashing out, he doing everything wrong, he breaking stuff, but I don't like that. Me communicating that to somebody else, they'll take me as I don't like that. I was like, he don't really care about it. But when I'm showing, oh, I'm crashing out, breaking stuff, now you want to take me seriously.
Right. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
That's crazy. So that's what I've been faced with all the time. Like me being composed, me being just like, I'm communicating with you, like what I don't like was never taken off as serious until it was like, now here's the crazy part. It never took like I was serious until I was acting out of character. But when I act out of character, guess what happened? Oh, he acting irate. Oh, he did this wrong. Oh, he doing this. Oh, he acting out. So now how you going, now once again, that's something I've dealt with for a very long time. How you going to tell me what I've been through? How you going to tell me how I'm acting when I told you one time, which is what I felt in the most common way possible. Otherwise, when I crash out like the guy on the left, oh, now I'm doing something wrong. So realistically, I'll never get my point across. Realistically, you'll never see how I feel. And also, you'll never get the message out because now this is what you want. So that's one thing I always went through. And I had to take time to really sit back and like really reflect, like, what do you want? And that just took, the result of that, I'm by myself more than I ever been. Like to my own, like, I only got a circle no more. I only got people I hang around no more. Why? Because it's like, I got to protect myself at this point. I can't please you. I can't, oh, you said it that way. Or I used to have like girls and guys around me at all times. Always traveled in a group. Always traveled in 2s and 3s. Nah, to be honest with you, that was the most hardest change I made in my life. Like not having nobody to call, not having nobody to talk to, like a gang of people. Like that's not where I'm at no more. But it was necessary because now I know what I like, and I'm not doing it for everybody else around me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was.
But see, with that, like I can, that's a pruning, right? That's what a pruning. Like I got a rose bush outside out front, and sometimes I got to prune off some of them leaves, so that it can grow.
Right.
And sometimes friends and family, when you remove them, I told you earlier, family sometimes can be glorified strangers.
Yeah.
That's my belief. It don't come from hurt. It just comes from experience. It's just we know each other from history. It's not that we like it give you a pass to do X, Y, and Z. It give you a pass to treat me some type of way.
Right.
It's just we glorify strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And in our adulthood, we have to continue to prove ourselves that I'm not a stranger, because I can't call you cousin and then let you go with your toxicity. Okay, back to what I was saying. With your thought process, I don't want you to Heisman people that are for you. I want you to do what you just did. Prune people that is just to take or not to add value in your life.
Right.
But there are people that are come and is sent to you to add value and to be a help or you to help them, but they really value you and they love you and they want to be honest with you. Because that's what sometimes we do. We'll say everybody like that. No, it was just them people. In
Right.
your life, you chose them type of people to be in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So now you gotta really check your decision making. You gotta vet. So you went through a breakup, you went through an issue.
Yeah.
Then now you can see like, I don't want this type of woman. That don't mean every woman is like this. Every girl gonna be like this.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like that.
Right. No, I don't ever think of it like that. Like, no, I don't want to go through nothing. Like, it's not going to be every woman is the same. It ain't like that because every man ain't the same. However, I know exactly what I want in a relationship. I know exactly what I will tolerate. I know exactly what do I want from you. I know exactly what do I expect from if I'm giving the same thing in return. So when it go back to the pruning part, I had to do like an extreme pruning because I was never alone.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told,
sure.
I was never alone. Like never. Like as long as I was able to talk to a female, I was talking to a female.
Sure.
Like it was never a point where I was just me.
Yeah.
It was never just me. So I was never alone. And even when it was that, I was never alone when it came. I had the guys, all that. So I never was, what do you like? What do they like? It was never that. So the pruning I did was, what do you like? Like I finally focused on me. Like even when I got the crib, it was like, oh man, we finna be at the crib.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. So it was more like everything I'm doing is intentional for me. So like just in Target, I'm finna buy a mic for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a everything I'm doing for me. Like I took a trip for me. Like I only went with one person and that person was filming me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't, let's all go on a trip. Nah, that trip was for me to see what I like outside of this. Yeah, I just took him along. That's one of my guys, but he's on the same journey I am. So it just worked. Mm-hmm. So what do I like for me? Like this year is me.
Yeah.
Like I can't entertain. I can't entertain no female. I can't entertain nothing that's not getting adding more value to me. I can't do it because I lost too much time already trying to give 100% to somebody else. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I did wrong. But okay, we gonna move past that. We just gonna keep on focusing on me because obviously I had an issue to make me do what I did anyway. You know what I'm saying? So again, accountability, check that off the list, but I'm still working on me. What do I like for me?
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful moment because it's like, man, I'm moving around in ways like I ain't never thought I could do. I ain't even know I like sushi.
Okay.
I like sushi. I ain't never thought in my life I'm gonna like sushi.
That's cool.
Just try it out. I was always closed out to do things. I'm going out by myself. I'm going to eat by myself. Whole time that bring a lot more attention to yourself.
Right.
So now I'm fighting another battle.
Right.
I go to the gas station yesterday. I get out the gas station. I just get out the car. Two girls, hey, can I get your number?
Yeah.
She's like, when you get back to pump your gas, let me get your number.
Yeah.
She waited. I was getting ice. I was getting woo-woos and wham-whams. She waited. And then, off the blue, she say, that wasn't a joke. I was for real. How'd I get out of this one? So I'm like, you can have my Instagram. XYZ, but like, no, I want the number. Okay. The Instagram, I DM.
So what was the problem though?
So if I'm focusing on me, you get more attention to doing your own thing than looking for her. When you focus on you, they focus on you. That's real. Even my therapist said it. I'm doing everything by myself. I ain't been nowhere with nobody in 6 to 7, 8 months. For real.
But what's the benchmark to say I'm gonna start letting people into my space to where, like, because you have to be able to.
What's the benchmark? Like at what point in time?
It might not be right now, but I'm just saying, like, like we can dismiss everybody that come into our life because, like, who says that it need to be a year, 2 years before you get like, okay, so we got married. I wasn't that long out of relationship, right? Yeah. But should I dismiss this? Then I'm like, oh, okay. Because God sometimes like, man, look, man, you've been wasting time with that, man. I had something for you.
Right.
Let's go. So now, I'm not saying that's that. I'm just saying what is the benchmark to say, like, let me explore this and still, because I'm married and I'm still exploring myself.
Ain't no benchmark.
What I'm saying is, sometimes you have to eat and like chew gum and walk.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you
I'm
what.
working on myself.
Right.
I'm seeking therapy. This me. Your dad telling you that I'm doing that and being married at the same time. I can't say, hey man, babe, I'll tell you what, man, we'll get back to this marriage thing in about 5.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But so let me ask you this: was you all the way put together?
Never. And I don't think it's now.
Right. So was you at a point where you could sustain some hits at that point where you got with Alicia?
I don't even think I started the process of
healing
at all. I think that I was in a situation long enough to know what a duck looked like and what a swan looked like. Oh yeah, this ain't no duck.
Right. So,
like I can see the difference.
Yeah.
So I'm clear. This is not that. So there's no way that this can be that.
Right. So no, to answer your question, it's not a benchmark, but it's.
But I'm saying you rejected the young lady.
Yeah, it's for more frivolous
reasons.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe you saw a duck.
Yeah,
it was a duck. Okay, cool.
It was for more frivolous reason. Like, I'm a nice guy. If I feel like
cool.
I may say something. But in that situation, man, I knew in myself I ain't ready for no type of nothing. Why? Because I'm still not. I enjoy the journey I'm on right now. I don't. Truth be told, maybe I should be single for a while. Why? Because it's like something only makes sense. I like getting up 2:00 in the morning.
That's cool.
2:00, I'm gonna go get some woo-woos, wham-whams, or I'm gonna take me a drive. I couldn't do that when I was in a relationship. It made no sense. Everything was a problem. Everything looked wrong. Everything looked weird.
In that situation, though.
Everything looked XYZ. That's because I didn't make that known at that point in time. That's what I like to do.
Right. Because you didn't know that about yourself.
I didn't. I do that now.
Right. But if you set that benchmark and that boundary line, like this is what I like to do.
Right.
Any other relationship got to know that I like to take long drives and I like to go do this. And this is it. You can't, I can't come in like, it's whatever you like. Whatever you like.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
So I think that maybe you didn't have a boundary line for self.
I didn't, because I didn't know what I didn't like. I just knew I just like to sit the feeling of being with somebody.
Yeah.
That's all I knew. I love love.
Sure.
I love being in love. I don't love what comes after that, or what comes if that fails.
Mm-hmm.
What comes if something no compromises happen. I don't like that part. So with that being said, I love love. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love everything about it.
No, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It can be tricky when it's something that's not making sense.
Sure.
So with that being said, to answer your question, it's not a benchmark. But I know my benchmark is I'm nowhere near available for anything.
And that's cool. And that's a self-aware.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near available for any of that.
But sometimes on both sides, two things can be true.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes it presents himself to be good and present himself to be bad.
Right.
In a season where you seeking self. Because I said that I had put down on a house. Mm-hmm. I was buying a house before we got married, months before we got married. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. But the plan that God had, like, yeah, I know what your plan is. And I did that, but I need you to get into this. And we're going to do things simultaneously.
Right. Now, but you knew when you knew though. Like you knew, like you looked at it, I could do this.
To be honest, I didn't know 100%.
All right.
Like I couldn't map out everything. I just had to take what I was dealing with and what I experienced and the choices I made previously. And I was like, nah, this ain't nothing like what I experienced. And I'm going to have to roll with it. Was it bumps in my new decision? Sure. But it wasn't that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if it's not this, oh yeah, we good. We can roll. We can deal with whatever kinks in this mix.
Yeah. Okay. I'll deal with that. I'll get you on that, but let me hit you with this one. How old were you?
28.
28. No, that ain't happening right now.
And I'm with you.
Yeah, no, I'm saying from millennial, that ain't happening right now. Because everybody's in that, what can I get from you? What can I take from you? How can I finesse you?
Sure.
Or can you take care of me?
Yeah.
I'm not in no bracket of that.
Sure.
So you know what I'm saying? So
the vetting process.
You know what I'm saying? You was blessed with somebody that was one older than you, had their own thing going on, Ask me right now how many females that may have their own stuff going on
Sure.
in my
Right,
spectrum.
and that's what I'm saying. The vetting process is a lot
Yeah.
more for you. Sure.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying there's some girls out here that got it going on.
Sure.
But in my spectrum of right now, I can't see them.
Okay,
Where
cool.
I'm at, I can't see them. Now, I know somebody coming my way, for sure. At that time, I'll be ready. But as for right now, my benchmark is, man, I got to be more self-aware of myself. Because one, I failed to give out boundaries. For one, I failed to articulate how I felt. For two, I wasn't even honest with myself or my partner. Three, it was more like there was things I was missing on so much that I'm surprised anybody wanted to be with me because, again, reflecting on me as myself, it was a lot of things I did wrong as a man, period. Like, I was dismissive. I was dismissive. I didn't take accountability for everything, or I just shut down on you. If I feel like whatever you doing is hindering us. And it's like, I had this toxic trait. I wanted you to do better than me.
Wait, say that again?
I wanted them to do, so the last relationship I was in, I wanted them to do better than me. And if I felt like I gave you the blueprint for it, and you went against that, like, you don't want to do nothing. So I like, all right, I'm done with you. Like, you don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want this for yourself. That was wrong of me. You know what I'm saying? So you know how guys, they call them tricks. Like, oh, we'll trick on you. Yeah. Trick. I'm not tricking on you. Sure. I'm not tricking on you.
And I don't think you should have to find something good.
No, I'm not tricking on you. So the guys that trick on it, they'll buy you whatever you want. They'll buy you whatever you want, right?
Right.
That wasn't my mode. Once I like you, once I love you, I love you. So you know what that means? I'm not buying you with everything you want. I'm buying stuff that you need. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I found myself stuck in that. I found my stuff. I felt like a parent almost. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
I felt like I was a parent, or I was the person, I was the sole provider of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right now, man, me knowing, this is the good part of this, me knowing who I am as a person, who I am in a relationship, only really understand, like, somebody that will have me will love me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know who I am as a boyfriend.
The way you in the relationship. And I told you that.
I know who I am, right? I know that. I know how I get. So now I got to be extremely careful.
Because you know what you give.
Because you know how to give, right? But me, okay, now you got to slow down now. I'm not perfect. I know the things that I did wrong too. So let me tell you what I did wrong. Oh, man. Accountability is crazy, ain't it? If I felt like you're not understanding me, if I feel like you're not valuing what I say, you're not hearing what I'm saying, man, everything you buy me is minute. It don't even matter. It's null and void.
Yeah.
Everything, you can buy me everything you can spend your last on me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to, but you can spend your very last on me. And it won't mean nothing because why? I don't feel validated. I don't feel like you respect me. I don't feel like you want to hear nothing I'm saying. So now my mind goes to, how do I feel that void in here? I can buy everything. I can buy everything I want myself if I haven't done so already. So you say you come in, you showering with gifts. I'm going to look at it. Oh, thank you. I'm not complete because I don't feel like you really.
Because that's what you really want.
That's all I want.
I don't need you to buy me nothing.
I don't want you to buy me nothing. I don't even want you to spend money on me. Because why?
Yeah.
If you spend money on me, that's taking money out of your pocket, which eventually could possibly come out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I've been through that. So now it was a wonderful lesson. I committed to this day.
Or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm buying it for myself.
Yeah. No, get me understand. I'm not talking bad on anybody. It's what I've been through. Love it to this day. However, what I've seen and what I've experienced is this. I do not want no relationship if it's not based upon understand me first. And realistically, you don't have to buy me nothing. I'm not a materialistic person. I'm not material. I've been without it. And if everybody know me, if I want it, trust. I'm going to go grind and go get it. I bought one of the dream cars I ever wanted at 21. No job. I'm going to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's not your thing. Yeah.
I'm going to go get it. I don't need you for that. Yeah. I need you to be my companion. I need you to understand me because everybody out here, everyone, when I go outside, it's a lot of temptation. I'm battling a lot just going from to and fro.
I'm with you.
But when I go home, just hear me. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Now, was I the best at articulating that? No.
Sure.
No, because I didn't know that's what I wanted.
That's good. That's good.
I didn't know that's what I wanted. I didn't know that's what I needed. I didn't know that was my trigger. I didn't know. So when I went through that and I seen like what I did wrong, why did you do that? So I wasn't truthful in my last relationship. I talked to different women on top of her, right?
Sure.
Why? Because I was looking to fill the void of what she didn't do. Not saying she didn't do anything as a girlfriend. She didn't do the things that I needed to do.
Sure.
To keep me sane. You know what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying.
It was more focused on, it wasn't sex. It wasn't the materialist thing. It was the difficulty in communication.
Ooh, that's big. That's big though.
That's the difficulty in communication. It's like, it got to a point where I was bailing out of conversations because I didn't want to argue with you no more. I stomached how I felt because I didn't want to argue with you no more. Why am I doing that? Communication is the one thing that'll make or break anybody.
Oh, absolutely.
So me going through that, it was a beautiful lesson. I don't want to go through that again.
But how do you get into another relationship and explain to them like this has to be
up front?
Like this is us communicating, us being clear on how we feel, and me being able to be heard is a non-negotiable. Like, how do you now think you're going to navigate that?
Right. No, it's going to be upfront at the time, because at that point, if I tell you upfront, I have nothing to lose if you don't agree with it. I have no investment in you if you don't agree with it. But if I tell you exactly, clear cut, like, almost like a checklist, but it's not. But I just want you to understand that you had all the ability to say yay or nay to this at this time. But if we get into this, now you wrong because you didn't stay up. You wasn't to your word. Two, I was extremely clear. Everybody said they want somebody to be clear, right?
Exactly.
Everybody wants this clarity
until it's presented.
So I'll tell you, this is what I want: clear cut, black and white, no fine lines. If you can't communicate, I can't do nothing with you.
Sure.
That's what I'm asking you for. So how do I go navigate that? The moment I feel like we getting serious, or we go on a few dates or whatever, and we having like moments where it's like I can deal with you. At that point in time, at that very point in time, I'll let you know, hey, this is what I require. This is what I would like to see. And if you can't give me that, hey, let it be known.
Sure.
Don't come tell me you can deal with this and this is what you want to do, and then you don't.
Right.
That just only correct me. Now I can say no. Now man, it's a beautiful thing. Man, I was so afraid of myself. And what I mean by that, I was so afraid of being by myself or by myself. Like, now I'm comfortable with it. I'm okay.
What you was afraid? What was you was afraid of something?
No, I wasn't afraid. I was never alone. Growing up, I was never alone.
Yeah.
I was never, ever alone. Like, everything else was like, so silence gets real loud when you're alone.
Oh, yeah.
Silence gets like extremely loud when you're alone. Like, you can hit a clock ticking. Like, you can hear stuff like, man, you there. Like, it's like silence is loud when you by yourself. Especially you got stomach that on your own. Going from somebody, and I'm be honest with myself, I've never, ever been alone. Whether it was family, whether it was talking to females, 4, 5, 6, it don't matter. I was never alone. So me had to 100% go from this span of time with somebody to boom, I'm alone. That took a lot. That was super scary. Like, it was nice. I got mad when the night came because I got to sleep alone, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now that I got to that point where I can sleep peacefully by myself, I'm not letting that go, because I know at the end of the day, all I have for myself, it's all it's going to be is me. Mm-hmm. So now if somebody come along, they're going to have to know, hey.
But are you comfortable now being there?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you why. I'm comfortable being alone because, man, there's certain things I didn't get done. So many things I didn't do. So many things I pushed off because I'm trying to appease the other party, or I'm trying to make a way to make both work for us, and I'm trying to do all these. No, I ain't doing that, man. Whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it right now. Like, it's no excuse. Like, I ain't got to wait for them to wake up. None of that.
Right.
I'm doing it. I'm up at 6:00 every day, even on my off days, making something happen. I'm going to the gym now. That was the most best things I did for myself. Now my days they fly by. When I was going through it, man, I'm like, man,
it's like they was ticking slow.
It was telling me, it's only 1:00. I got to go through woo. And it's like, man, I don't want to go through that no more. So now, one thing I say is, man, if I get anybody advice, learn who you are as a person and know how you are by yourself. Once you know who you are, when you with somebody, them two different people. Mm-hmm. So once you figure out how to conjoin that, you'll be at a better spot. Also, you got to know who you are alone. Everybody, even women, men, you gotta know how y'all alone.
Yeah, man, for
Like
real.
you can't be under somebody all day. You
Yeah.
can't be with somebody. Y'all can be in the same space. Like if you married, the same space. But I guarantee you, he got the bottom bunk, she got the top bunk.
Yeah.
She in her room, he in the basement. That time is needed. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's one thing I didn't know. All my time was invested into this one person
Yeah.
at all times. Now, I enjoyed it, but it was detrimental to me and her because we couldn't grow. Like two roses can't grow together. They gonna choke each other. They gonna cut each other. That's what we ended up doing. So I was older, she was younger, so her growth was rapidly. I was slowing down, so she didn't know exactly what she wanted. I was getting
So when
more.
you see, so now when you get into a relationship and you see that the young lady is trying to put most of her everything into you, how do you navigate?
No.
How do you navigate? Like, hey, listen, I'm okay with you having your thing.
Yeah.
And your time when you're doing you.
Yeah. So that's a big question. I'm gonna be honest with you. They do that for their own self-assurance. That's why they invest so much time into you, because they trying to make sure you ain't going nowhere. So think about it. They with you for a reason. They see you got your value, right? So why in the world you think they're gonna let you go for you to possibly go find somebody else?
But that's insecurity though.
Everybody has insecurities. Every last one of us.
But all of them ain't succinct to the same thing though.
Correct. But now, like again, the generation
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
The generation we in right now, what do we listen to? What do we buy about? What are we doing on social media? What do we see every day? Ain't nobody being truthful 100 for real no more. Ain't no southern love no more. Everybody trying to find a way to get over somebody else.
Yeah.
So if that's what they came from, they trying to find something to be real with it. You gotta understand, they trying to make sure it ain't going nowhere. They trying to make sure that there's no time, no space, no opportunity for somebody to go and take what's theirs, right? So then again, dealing with a younger lady, it don't matter. That's anybody. I'm telling you, from 21 right now to 28, you're gonna get the same. You're gonna get the same until she goes through something like gotta calm her down. Until she get to that point, like, I'm not investing that much into this person. You know what I'm saying? So if I see somebody that's trying to invest all their time into me, from jump, no, don't do that. I'll get up with you at this point in time. No matter how much I rock with you, I want to be with you. I can't for one, I can't give you all of my time because I've fought so hard to get this. I went through the fire to get this, what I liked, because I was so engulfed in one thing. I didn't know this is what I like. So I'm not giving up my time for anybody. Now, I may have more time for you, but you're not going to invest everything into me. Now, as more as we get seriously, it's going to be a boundary line of you still have your own life.
Yeah.
It's not the conjoint, like you still have your own life. If we get married, you still have your own life. You know what I'm saying? You still got to go run your errands, go hang with Sally, you can go do your thing. Now, understand this. Whatever you do at that time is 100% on you. Whatever consequences come with that, 100% on you.
Yeah. But I'm not monitoring somebody's personal time. So I'm not going to monitor, like y'all got it bad with the whole, I need your location.
Yeah.
I think that fuels, like having somebody location sometimes fuels the insecurity that was or wasn't there.
Right.
Like I have to trust that you say where you say you're going to be, or like I ain't got time to monitor you and see if you're there. Because I told you once before, wherever you are is subject to interpretation.
Whatever you are.
Wherever.
Because you don't know exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Now it's to the point I know exactly what the location is. I studied this location. Like you at your when it's like that, man, we it's hard to find love. It's hard to sort out through all these things. Now they may think they found somebody better. They may think they got one up. They don't. It's hard. It's super hard to find love out here, and it's a lot of insecurities. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of rebound out here. It's a lot of I'm gonna just get back until. So it's hard to find love. You're not gonna find that just. You either got to work for it these days. Like the love at first sight thing. That's. But like going back to insecurities, everybody got insecurities.
Yeah.
Like you got the fear. Like you definitely got the fear. Like they could be cheating on me right now, or they could be doing whatever. I can't live off that. I can't motion off that. If you communicate with me, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. Again, the one thing that'll keep me, like I'm waiting for you, baby. Give me somewhere that I feel valued.
Yeah.
I'll be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can't open yourself up to everybody to hear your story. Now everybody know too much about you. Now everybody got this emotional attachment to you. No, just do this one thing for me. I promise you, it's not gonna be that. I'm not gonna monitor you. You know what I'm saying? And if I get that, like, I can't accuse nobody if I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. If I feel like something you're doing is off, I'll definitely have a conversation. I'll have a conversation like, hey, this is what I feel of this, just based upon how you act upon it. Now we gotta have a conversation.
Right.
I'm always open to somebody telling their truth first. Now, dating nowadays, it's scary. It's scary, and it's even more scary if people coming up behind us.
Yeah.
So it's like
I can agree with that.
You got so much access to one person. You got so much.
Man, live.
You can have that whole person's life in your phone.
Yeah, in your phone.
You know, your whole where you at, bank account.
Yeah,
like it's so much you got access to. It's not like when you was coming up here, like you had to write a letter to a person. That's you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's effortless. Like you want to talk to somebody, you just send a text. You want to know somebody, go look at them phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like the effort for love is not as hard as it was before. So that's why it's so easy to find. So like these things I'm spending you right now is everything I done went through and thought and the thought process of and studied through, because it's like, what did I do wrong?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not what I did. I speak on everything I did, but then what do I want to? It's all circle back to what is my benchmark, right? So why I feel like me as myself is, one, able to sustain another hit. Two, I feel like that person is ready. I feel like that person has some substance. Man, your looks can get you far, but not that far with me.
Mm-hmm.
Your looks can get you super far, but it ain't gonna get that far with me. I need to know something like, what do you do for a living? Mm-hmm. How do you take care? You need to do something. You pay a bill, like free, like you feel me? Like no funny, like do you pay a bill? Like what? Something has to keep you going. Mm-hmm. Like I can't stop. That's one thing. I can't stop what I'm doing.
Yeah.
For you, because I got this over here to take care of. You know what I'm saying? So like right now, as hard as it is to get the job, as hard as it is to get a degree, as hard as it is to get a lot of things in life, you gotta have motion towards that.
Like something that you trying to champion.
Exactly. Because if you get with somebody their only focus is you, they become your bill.
Yeah. Oh man.
They become your bill for real. So like, you gotta think about it. If you got, say I meet somebody tomorrow and they got their own crib, car, you know, they in school, whatever, they working. I can only have a certain amount of their time. And also it's twofold. If they really want to rock with me, they'll make time with over the free time they got left.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So if somebody got all the time in the world, they time don't mean nothing. So it's like, oh, you want to go out? Oh, cool. But I meet somebody that got a limited amount of time, they choose to give it to me.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm in the dough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like me, I got limited amount of time. I'm working 50 hours a week. So when I get home, I'm already in a 4-hour window before I got to go to sleep to do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? So if I give you the time I have, off bat, there's no question that I want to rock with you.
Right.
No question at all. Nowadays, I'm telling you from what my side is. Nowadays, everything is just freely. You can even work from home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you.
You can even work from home. You got all the time in the world. Or it's like, there's so many ways to make money that don't require all the time. I do it with Verified. I do it with my shoe business. That's why I got a job. Like I'm be honest. I can make X amount of money in a day and just be done. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Sell 3 pair of shoes and I'm done. So now I'm just twiddling my thumbs all day. I'm tool available.
No, okay, I got you.
I'm tool available. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of hustles out here. I respect every last one of them, but I want somebody that work hard.
Yeah.
I want somebody that like I gotta fit me in your schedule. Mm-hmm. And if it work out, it work out. You know what I'm saying? So the more time she give me, the more time, you know what I'm saying, I know that you for me, you know? So now it's like tool available. Like, you can go here, I'm there. Want to go here, I'm there. You know, it ain't like, you know, no.
Yeah.
So that's how you fall into that insecurities. That's how you fall into that, how they controlling you. I need X, Y, Z, because the only time they spending is with on what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I need what I want. You would ask me like, what do you want? I want somebody that pay a bill. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being funny. I want somebody that.
But that's low. That's low hanging fruit, though.
You would think
I'm saying that's low. That's low.
Nah, no,
No,
no.
just to pay a bill. I mean, that's bad.
What kind
that's
of
adulting.
No. What kind? Okay, all right. Okay?
That's adulting.
That's adulting. How many, man? These new adults ain't adults.
Okay.
These new adults ain't adults. You just told me somebody just moved out at a very large age.
Yeah.
No. The people becoming parents before 22 is high. Rent is high. Car notes are high.
Okay, I got you.
So you know what I'm saying? So you can't have. So if we having kids back to back, it's before you hit 25.
You're right.
If you can't pay rent, so if you a lady right now that got a kid paying rent and you deserve to and got a car, you deserve to be married right now. You handling all that, you deserve to be married.
It just seemed like that's low hanging fruit, though.
Again,
you see what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, it's low hanging fruit, but it's not. Because look, somebody can look at me. A woman told me, she told me last month, you a high value man. I'm like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't high. I'm just doing what I think is what I require. I'm 25 years old. She said, she explained it to me. She said, how old? At the time I was 24. She was like, you got kids? No, this is just a regular conversation. This is another manager. You got kids? No, I don't got no kids. You live with your mom, don't you? No, I don't live with my mom.
Right.
You went to college? Yeah. Did you graduate? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got a car? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, how many you got? I got 2 right now. Get out my face. You ain't worried about no love. So I'm like, what you talking about? She said, it's harder for women right now to find some guy that got 1 of those things. Maybe even 2.
I can agree. Okay.
So you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm Gen Z, or what I don't know even what I am. What am I? Gen Z or millennial? Which one? I'm on the borderline, I guess.
You on board.
I guess so. I guess I'm so when it comes to that millennial, that's low hanging fruit to you because I had to do what I had to do. It's so easy to make money now. It's so easy to be.
Now I got to type in what's Gen Z. But go ahead.
So you know what I'm saying? It's easy to make money now. It's easier to do things. Like the internet is the rule of all either. So you could be a content creator. Like a lot of people are content creators, make good money. They got so much time available now. So now I need somebody that has time invested in other things that it can make us grow. Allow me to miss you. Allow me to miss you. It will be great. The more you with me, I'm like, so get away. You know what I'm saying? Woo. It's a lot of things that can go wrong in these relationships. It's a lot of things. Now, the more you focus on me, the more it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be there. You ain't got to worry about me. Again, I told you my 2 cents of what it is. I told you that. Made me feel like I'm valued. Made me feel like in this space, what I say, made me feel like I'm king of my own palace. You ain't gotta have it all. You ain't gotta have it all. You don't gotta have. But I feel like I can get you to some. That's my thing. That's one thing that I be feeling that. I feel like I can get you to that point. Well, you want to get your crib? I can show you how to get one. You want to get your car? I can show you how to get one.
I think that, by the way, you Gen Z, because it's 97. It's 97 to 2012.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
so you missed it by a few years.
Okay.
But I just feel like that's low to ask for. Like I feel like to ask for more of a woman to be that you should ask for. Like to have the bare necessities to be an adult. Like I'm not taking nothing less than that. I want you to be ambitious and to want more than just to be with me. But just being able to take care of self ain't enough. Because you should be doing that. Now, maybe in your pursuit, like that's just it. But I just feel like it should be a lot more than just taking care of self. And that's just from what I'm looking at. Maybe because you're in the generation and you see the quality and the type of women. But I think there's a lot of young ladies who have went to school and they got aspirations for their life. They're able to take care of themselves. Whether they got 1 kid or no kids, that they are higher value in this caliber and not just, I'm able to take care of myself and eat.
You would think.
I mean, school me if you're saying like that's not what you come across or something.
No, you don't come across that. The right now, It's a lot of good girls there, but right now, from 21 to 23, I say, the priority is not.
Okay, I can agree.
The priority is not to grind and make this happen.
So then you go up.
You go up. Now, when you go up
25 to 30.
25 to 30, right? You start to deal with more real issues. Like you may have a kid or two. You may have, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, so you in that tricky spot. When it comes to 21 or 23, from what I've seen, from me going to college and being outside of college, it's not, their focus is not on getting a degree, getting a crib, aspirating to be a part. No, I'm looking good.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to look like this, or I want to go this. I want to experience this. I want to do this. It's not on. I'm setting up for myself. Now
I see what you're saying.
See now me, I guess I can see I kind of finagled it because I was always in the back of my mind like I got to do this eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by your parenting, by my parents, by my grandparents' parenting, my mama parenting, it was always. This is why I say my childhood was so vital. I was taught to survive.
Yeah.
It was never, oh, you live in life. I was always taught to survive. So I'm always encrypted. I'm surviving. You eat or be eaten. You know what I'm saying? Now these women, they come into they can have a 2-parent home, or whatever. But let's get into what type of, say you good looking. You can survive a long time with being good looking. Off your looks, you can get past.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of guys out here.
Yeah.
That'll pay your way just because you look good.
Yeah.
It come with a price though. We ain't gonna say that price.
Yeah.
But it come with a price though. You and I both know what that price is.
Yeah, sure.
You can go really far with how you look. Now the ones not so fortunate, you see that they getting down, you see that they hustling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see that. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want that type of duck, like you don't want to, you don't want to look at, but the one I got to tell you a lot about what go on in this generation. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that, it's either A or B. And if you find somebody in between, you better go grab them. They're not grabbed already. So now nobody want to work. Nobody wants to go, I'm going to clock into the clock. I'm going to do that. Me, I think about it like this. The longer I'm here, the less I spend. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm here for 12 hours, food paid for, I don't got to spend nothing. I spend like $6 a day at the job. So I'd be like, this works. The moment I'm off work, hundreds, 50s, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to do the things I like. But me saving the money, like this is the way I think. I'm surviving, you know what I'm saying? So now you get what I'm saying? I'm built to survive. You built to survive. You still like that to this day. I don't know. I might eat me a turkey sandwich tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like that no more. They'll spend their last on some crab legs.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to tell you, it's not like that no more.
That's crazy.
It's not like I'll say the serious of life is not the same no more. They're not taking this seriously until it seriously hit them. Like, I don't want to see that for myself. Like, I know how it can get. I've seen how it can get. You know what I'm saying? Now, these women may have came from a really nice. What I do see is these women get taken care of to the T. Like, they got grandparents, dads that really love them. They take care of them, they pamper them. You know what I'm saying? So they never got to worry about that. So they get older and it's like, okay, the parents, step back, whatever. And this girls today I met that they parents still pay their way 24, 25, 26. And I'm like, do I really want to deal with that? Because your mind process is being provided for. It's not going to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, all the things I'm seeing, like, oh, my dad to take care of your bad. The moment you get with me, you think I'm going to do the same, right? So it's not like a partnership.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It's never a partnership. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole debate about 50-50 or 100-100, you pay a bill. I people just want to see what you're going to say because it's like, I told a girl like last year. No, I told when I was in a relationship, I told her, do you know how much easy a relationship would be if you just brought in about $60,000 a year?
Mm-hmm.
You know how easy that'd be for us? Like how much stress would be off both of us? We put our income together, would be $100K household, over $100K household. Now what we work? What is the real issue here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's harder if it's just a 80K
Yeah.
for two people, but if it's a 100 plus
Absolutely.
K
Sure.
together,
Absolutely.
use my car, I'm gonna use yours tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like it don't matter. Like that's not how they view it. It's the game is now. Girls go find somebody to take care of them.
Yeah.
But the game for the men is still the same. Go hunt and provide. I'm not.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. It didn't change.
It didn't change. Go hunt and then provide.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
No. The only way that I've seen from my generation that a girl go out and get it, if they had to be severely hurt, have a ain't nothing baby daddy, and they got a kid on them or something that for balance them, they gotta go make money for them to go out and get it themselves. That's the only thing I see right now. Now, I understand my spectrum is only Chicago right now, only from what I've seen. So it could be some, as I'm starting to travel, I'm gonna see different things. I'm just telling you what I see. So I'm not saying every girl out here is like that. I'm not saying that, but I'm telling you for what I see.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm seeing. It takes for a girl to be severely hurt or by their baby daddy or by their ex to have them, to force them, to push them to go do something, to go make some money. Or else, the man like, is he doing this for you? Is he taking care of that? The man should do X, Y, Z. Man, I'm the type of guy, I don't care. Take me on a date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep on taking you out. I'm just gonna keep on.
Yeah.
Like, okay, first time, of course, that's on me. Of course, I'm courting you. Second time, yeah, okay. Even the third time, okay. Do you know that you like me at this point in time? We going out 3, 4, 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So when do we get to a point where this is starting to be equal, or when do we get to a point where you made me feel like you interested in me? They don't do that now. They'll let you continue to do stuff for them over and over and over again. Like they'll continue. Like you'll go on 10 dates. Oh, I don't know if I like you. I'm not ready for a relationship. You should set that from date 1. Date 2 or 3 would never happen because I'm not wasting my time. My time is the only thing I have. Now, with that being said, time, I can go on for days. Time is something we never really cherish.
No, absolutely.
With that being said, the amount of time that's wasted just trying to find somebody is crazy. The amount of time, like, you got to find them. Everybody play this hard to get on social media. Ooh, oh, I didn't see a message, man. That's not true. But anyway, the amount of time it taking them, say you finally get to that point where y'all being serious. The time used to just get your attention could have been the time spent of us learning each other. I'm just now the time we spent 2, 3, 4, 5 months was me getting your attention.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me. I got to get your attention now. Now, when I got your attention, now we learning each other. So now a year done went past. So much stuff that could have been done in a year. A year is a long time.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it's very much so differently from what you've been through.
Yeah.
Than what
I agree. I mean, but now I just think you got to be a lot more cautious
a lot more cautious. You got to be to the point where, like, if you don't see it on the right then and there, then don't even waste your time. Like that's how it is. Like, oh, I'm gonna give you a chance. No, because I ain't got the chance time. I ain't.
Yeah.
I'm 25 now. I still can't believe I'm 25. I was just
25.
I was just 21 not too long ago. Like, I was just time fly. Like I'm like, oh man, everybody keeps saying that time fly. No, that it really fly because I can't even tell you what I did at 22 or 23. Like, what was I doing? Like, it fly that much. Like, I know what I was doing, but I'm 25. Like, 25. I'm a quarter of a century. I don't got too much time. Next thing I'm gonna look 30.
You absolutely. 30. That's exactly what's
like just 30. Like, so now, like, that's why I'm like, to the root of the question. My benchmark is, man, whenever you gotta show me something from like 1 to jump, and I gotta, like, when I talk to females, like, nah, like, I don't even want nothing serious because I'm not ready. I tell them all the time, man, girls, when they hit it, they want you more because you're aware of what you on. I'm like, oh no, you just hold on. I'm not ready. We can have conversation. You know, I can vet you out then, but I'm not ready for anything serious.
Sure.
Women love honesty. Some of them, especially ones that been hurt before. I'm giving you real game, like reverse wise. Like, you give me game, I give you real game. Women love honesty. They make you, you know what I'm saying? Like, they make you want them more. You know, that makes them want you more. You know what I'm saying? So my benchmark is when I feel like, if I can sustain another hit, 1, Two, can I bring you back to the people? That's harder now. That's harder now with this. Am I done healing in myself? Because I don't want to bring no past trauma.
Yeah.
From my last relationship. Oh, my ex did this. If you saying that, you, one, not over your ex, and two, you're not ready to get nothing new. But people move on so fast now.
Yeah.
Like to move on, like you could break up tomorrow, 2 weeks, now you got somebody else.
Yeah, see, that's not enough time.
It's not enough time at all. Like it depends on depending on how deep y'all's relationship went, it could take you a long time to even want to entertain somebody. But again, where we at, nobody's been alone. Nobody know how to be alone. Everybody know how to be with somebody else.
Yeah, and it makes it unfair for the next person because it's like you're still dealing with the emotions of that past relationship,
right?
And not giving that new relationship a fair shake.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, y'all got a lot of vetting processes to do when it comes to dating. I'm so thankful that I'm married that I don't have to deal with that right now.
It gets treacherous out here,
man. But what else do you think you want to share before we wrap up? I think we done been on here about 2 hours now.
See, I told I had some off my chest, so I had to had to let them know.
We might have to come back for a part 2 or something.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready for part 2, but part 2 gonna be a little bit more harder because I'm really exploring myself.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Like really, I'm really like locking in with myself. Like I wasn't able to, it wasn't even about me at a point in time. It was about what I could do for others.
Yeah.
Not just relationship, like I want to provide for my people. Like everybody. I want to be that person. Like I want to be the first person to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
But you gotta put the mask on yourself first.
You gotta put the mask on yourself. And that's something he said, my therapist said something different, but it's like all I want to do is be the person, like a role model. You know, so all I want to do is be that person. Yeah. And this time, it's a beautiful time. So whoever going through a breakup or whoever going through a time where they gotta fix themselves, heal themselves, man, do it. Because why? When you get done, man, when you put your head above water and you take that first breath, your whole life gonna change because it's like, this is the person I've been trying to be this whole time. You know, so if I didn't go through this, I would never drop 40 pounds. I dropped 40 pounds.
No, that's good.
40 pounds. Now, it wasn't willingly, but them 40 pounds came off. It made me easier to gain, to build muscle, you know? Stuff like that. Like, if I didn't go through what I went through, I would never sign these contract with shoes. I didn't go through what I went through. I would never had the time to view myself as another person just to learn that person. Like, I like, you know, it's a lot of beautiful things that be happening. Like, I just can't, it's like, I ain't never smiled as much.
That's good.
I ain't never smiled as much. It's like, when I hear about XYZ person, I'll be like, oh man, that sucked, but I'm bounced back with it. Before, I couldn't even stand there like, oh, she did, you know what I'm saying? No. So, when we come back, for sure, there's going to be some more to it for sure.
Yeah, the family dynamic is going to have to bring the family back because, son got some stuff to say, man. Well, how can, people follow you on the socials? Because I know you're doing some things and you're trying to be consistent.
So, my Instagram right now is going to be consistent. It's going to be Mason2S. I'm putting it in the description. My TikTok is the same. If y'all need some shoes, I'm put that in the description below too. But y'all just follow me. I'm a friendly person. Y'all gonna see a lot more content. I may post a short of this video too, so y'all can know it's me. Other than that, man, that's all I got.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all again on the Family Dynamics, man. 2025 is up.
Yeah.
So I have my oldest in here, so we're gonna keep this content rolling. So we'll see y'all in a minute.
All right, y'all.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Family Dynamics Podcast with Kevin and Alicia Meeks.
Thank you, guys.
Please like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to follow us on social media at The Family Dynamics.
We'll see y'all in a minute.
Bye.